In this video, I'm going to show you how to plug any professional microphone into any smartphone so that you can produce your own awesome sounding recordings. This will work for both Apple and Android devices, as well as for XLR microphones and USB microphones. Before we get into the nitty-gritties of how this works, I just want you to know that if you're interested in making your own DIY music, I have a free PDF guide which will walk you step by step through how to make your own DIY music as well as your own DIY music videos. So you can check that out in the description. Many people have no idea of the capabilities of the device that sits in their pocket all day long. Modern smartphones are capable of doing things that would have taken thousands of dollars worth of gear but a few decades ago. In this video, we're focusing specifically on using your smartphone to record. Let's start with USB microphones because these are the easiest, and then we'll get to XLR microphones. If you have a smartphone that was manufactured within the last couple years, there's a pretty good chance that it has a USB-C port on it, so that's a good sign. If it doesn't, don't be alarmed, we have options as well. But if you have a smartphone with a USB-C port on it, and if you have a USB microphone that has a USB-C cable on it, then it's simply a matter of plugging the USB cable from your USB microphone into your smartphone, opening up GarageBand or BandLab or whatever DAW you happen to be using on your smartphone, and hitting record. It's literally plug and play. However, a lot of USB microphones come with a USB-A cable instead. If that is the case, or if you have a smartphone that doesn't have a USB-C cable on it to begin with, then you're going to need some sort of adapter. For example, this adapter here lets me go from the USB-A cable from my USB microphone to the Lightning adapter from my older iPhone. You can get adapters that will go from USB-A, which is the big square one in case you missed that, to USB-C for a newer iPhone or Android device. And you can even get USB-A adapters that will go to the micro or mini USB of older Android devices. So plugging a USB microphone into your phone is very simple. If you have the right adapter, it should be completely plug and play. There should be no issues. Modern smartphones are very good at figuring out what device is plugged in and making that work. So you should be able to plug that in and start recording. What about if we have an XLR microphone though? That becomes a little bit more complex because obviously we can't just plug an XLR cable into our Android or Apple device. So we're going to need an audio interface. Now, chances are if you're familiar with XLR microphones, you're familiar with an audio interface. So I'm not going to go into all the details on what an audio interface is, but essentially it takes the analog signal from a microphone and converts it into a digital signal that a computer or a smartphone can interpret. Now this will work with any XLR microphone, whether it's a ribbon microphone, a condenser microphone, or a dynamic microphone, it doesn't matter. What you'll need is an audio interface. Exactly which one you want to use is far beyond the scope of this video. I recommend Focusrite Scarlett series, but you can choose whichever one you want. Once you have your audio interface, you should be able to plug it into your smartphone. Now, the key with this is even if it's a USB-C audio interface and you have a USB-C phone, you can't plug it in directly because these audio interfaces take some extra power that your phone simply can't provide. Your phone battery has enough juice to power the phone, but not to power a bigger external device like an audio interface, which is where these adapters come in handy. If you're picking up one of these adapters, make sure that you get one that allows you to plug a charging cord in at the same time. So this adapter will let me plug in the USB-A cable from my audio interface as well as my charging cord. I can then plug the adapter into my phone. This has two great benefits. First of all, it will keep my phone battery from dying while I'm recording, which is awesome. And second, it will provide the additional power needed to run the audio interface. And yes, this will even provide enough power to run phantom power on the audio interface if you have a condenser microphone. So really, the key to making this work is having one of these USB adapters. There are many different models of these available. A couple things you want to make sure of though. You want to make sure that it will plug into your smartphone, whatever port your smartphone happens to have as a charging port. And then you will want to make sure that it allows you to plug in a USB-A cable for your audio interface, as well as the charging cable for your phone. That way you can have enough power to power the interface. Once you've plugged in everything correctly, your audio interface should light up and you should be able to plug in any XLR microphone that you happen to have. Open up GarageBand or BandLab or your favorite DAW on your smartphone, and you should be set to go. If you're interested in really learning how to record your own DIY music on a budget, then the free PDF guide that's linked in the description will walk you through exactly how to do that, so you can check that out. If you're interested in filming your own music video, then watch this video next.